Night, stay night.
Oh, right. I forgot we did.
Before that, there's just one more conversation. Just as they exit the forest and when the sky is beginning to lighten up. Before they go to the church, she informs him of the fact she's kept hidden.
I'm the she, correct?
Yeah, this is Ren.
Okay. I'll tell you right now, there's only one of the pendant that you gave back to me.
She does not tell him what that means, and he does not inquire about it. It's because such matters are unnecessary and they're about to face their greatest enemy, Castor. The one and only pendant. The one he found in her room and returned to her. The one he found on that night and put into his desk. Now's not the time to ask about that contradiction.
Okay. That's all I need to tell you. The pendant you found in my room is something Archer returned to me on the day you were attacked by Lancer. I thought he went and picked it up for me.
The decisive battle is near. The tall church can be seen in the horizon. Tosuka says she wants to confirm one last time. Our roles are already set. Lancer will draw Archer and Saber away from Castor. We will use that opening to attack Castor. Lancer asks ironically if we'd be able to beat her by ourselves. To that...
Well, now I'm not sure which one of us.
I would guess Ren.
Yeah, I'm sure I can outwit Castor if I can fight one-on-one with her.
Tosuka answers with confidence.
Nice.
I don't know what she means by outwitting her. She didn't tell us even when we asked, so it must be a plan that'll have a lower success rate if we know about it. And what I need to do is fulfill Tosuka's demand. With all my might, I will keep Kuzuki from protecting Castor. If I need them, I'll project his swords as many times as necessary. I close my eyes and dive inside myself. The magic circuit inside of me is stable. Magic beyond one's ability will destroy the Castor. Half of my body became numb the first time. It was easy and nothing happened to me the second time. There's no guarantee the third time will be the same, but I don't think it's a problem to project his swords. My body is stable. The magic circuit that was hard even to construct is easily activated now. It's like there's a fake nerve behind my real nerves, and they are reversible with the push of a button. I'm trying to convince myself that it's because I've gotten used to it. I can easily prepare the swords. Projection has become my primary weapon. It's a big improvement over 10 days ago. It's not only my magic, my sword technique has improved as well. The reason behind it? No, I try not to think about the reason. It's more important to beat Castor and take back Saber. Asking myself stupid questions can come after the battle. The headache gets stronger as I near the church. It's just like when I was looking for Tosuka, but I avoid thinking about that. The morning light is gray. The sun is blocked off by clouds, obscuring the dawn's brightness. The sky above is gloomy. The sky is more gray than black, and it reminds me of that time 10 years ago. It should rain soon. An impure gray sky. Beneath it stands that man. I knew you would come, considering your personality. He stares at her with cool eyes. Tosuka doesn't say anything and stares back at him. So what is the plan you've prepared? You're not the type to come attack without one. Yeah, I'll be fighting you. I'm surprised. You made a contract with a new servant already? Man, I know I'm not one to talk, but you're pretty fickle. Switching sides may have been a good idea after all.
I don't care, Shiro. Don't let him provoke you.
She stops me, still staring at Archer. But it's obvious looking at her face. She knows he's baiting her, but his words still hurt. Heh, I didn't like you from the start, but it seems you're rotten to the core. Oh, does betrayal irritate you, Lancer? And you're not even the one who got betrayed. How faithful of you. I'm not supporting the young lady over there. I just don't like servants like you. A hero's pride, huh? Man, everyone says the same thing. Even Castor had such a ridiculous thing. What good is honor once you're dead? I honestly can't understand how you people think. You don't have to. I'll make it easy so you don't have to think about it. There's no more need for words. All that remains is the intent to kill. With Lancer sharp and Archer's calm. They're about 10 meters apart. The confrontation of the knights in blue and red is just like that night.
Lancer. Oops.
Tosuka calls out to the blue back. You two go inside. I'll catch up once I beat him.
I know, but Lancer, Archer is...
Yeah, I'll go easy on him. I need him to crawl and beg your forgiveness. He speaks without turning, grinning at Archer.
Thanks. I'm glad you're the one who came to help us.
We go around the two as we head to the church. The guard, Archer, lets us through unchallenged. No, he has to let us through. Archer's already confronting Lancer. Lancer will pierce him if he lets us distract him. He can either attack us and leave himself open to Lancer, or he can fight Lancer and let us go. If he really is guarding this place, the choice should be obvious. We run around the courtyard and open the door to the church without hesitation. Behind us. Man, this is troublesome. What is Lancer? Well, I can't go easy after she makes a face like that. That's troubling, right? She's a great master, but I'm not one that can readily betray my master. You're too easygoing, Lancer. Do you know the saying, grass is always greener on the other side of the fence? What are you saying? There's no way I'd know such a phrase! Ah, those are like my two most similar voices. I hate that.
Like, that's really tough to have them have an extended conversation.
Yeah.
We don't have much time. We'll beat Castor before their match is decided.
I know. Let's cut the talk from now on. You're sure you're okay with fighting Castor alone, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be thoroughly cornered, but don't help me. You can just ugh. Words. You can just concentrate on keeping Kuzuki-sensei away as long as possible.
We go past the main area and head to the door leading to the courtyard. I won't hesitate if Tosuka says so. But I don't know if it's possible for me to back Tosuka up, even if she's cornered. My opponent's Kuzuki. I won't be able to dodge his attacks if I'm paying attention to Tosuka. Castor's presence is getting closer. The church is filled with her magical energy, as she must not be hiding her powers anymore. I bet she already knows about our raid. Trace on. I carefully knit together the illusion using 8 steps. I'm getting the hang of it. His swords are in my hands within a minute. I feel a light headache. Even though I'm getting used to it, it takes a toll on my body. Projection is damaging my body deeper than I realize. Was it my imagination? I think Tosca hung her head for a second. We go down through the darkness. We run down the stairs and come out into an open area. And after that, we jump down into the temple, like I did before. Oh, you guys are like monkeys jumping down like that. I don't know why you're in such a hurry, but use the stairs if you're human. We land in the temple. This was supposed to be a surprise attack, but Caster greets us with composure. Kuzuki Soichiro standing next to Caster. I don't feel any enmity or bloodlust from him. That's his battle posture. His clear, murderous intent is hiding the scariness of that man. In that regard, he's more like an assassin than servant assassin. Saber is on top of the altar. She's just like she was 2 days ago. Saber hangs there, her head bowed. I'm relieved we made it, but on the other hand, I'm worried about why she's so quiet. I think Saber was in pain before. She was shivering and gasping, resisting Caster's magic with all her might. But she's dead silent now. I have a bad feeling. It's great that Assassin's not here, but if this bad feeling comes true, we won't get out of here alive.
I'm here, Caster. I thought about it thoroughly, but I've decided to have you eliminated. You're an eyesore. You get in my way. You annoy me, and I hate the way you look. You're like some backwoods hag with that purple robe of yours.
Tosca insults Caster, hoping to break her composure. She slowly closes the distance between them as she talks, radiating confidence she probably doesn't feel. I shouldn't be concerned about Saber either. Tosca's facing Caster by going counterclockwise, so I walk clockwise. Caster and Kuzuki. If we're to separate them, we have to attack them from different sides and isolate our enemies. Huh. Letting you go seems to have given the wrong impression. Why are Magi so reckless nowadays? No wonder Archer gave up on you. Tosca's insults must have worked as Caster's glaring at her. I move while she does so. I move to the other side of Tosca to a place where I can attack Caster from behind. Kuzuki watches me in silence. I thought so. There's no way this man would not notice our trick. Kuzuki knows what's going on. That we're trying to isolate our enemies, and that Tosca has some plan. Even with that in mind, he's letting Caster do as she wishes. It's not that Kuzuki's controlled by Caster. He's acting of his own free will. But still, his passivity is like that of a puppet. A servant skilled in magic as the backup, and a master skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Their roles are reversed, and I think their natures are reversed as well. Caster seeks the Holy Grail frantically, while the Master protects her without question. That makes me think. What if Caster was the Master and Kuzuki was the servant who protected her? Maybe they wouldn't have fallen so low if that were the case. Tosca glances at me. It means our positions are perfect. Then, the match will be settled when either one of us attacks. It doesn't matter if we get defeated or if Tosuka beats Caster before that. Our fight will end right here.
Well, let us start. This is the third time I fought you. I'll finally settle this right here.
Tosuka takes a step towards Caster. You're talking big. I doubt this, but please do not tell me you honestly believe you can beat me. In that case, we don't even need to fight. I'll let you go again so you can go fix that personality of yours. The roasting.
Of course I can beat you. Isn't that right? There's no way a first-class magus like me would lose to a third-class magus like you.
I see. I guess it can't be helped. It seems I need to discipline that arrogant mouth of yours, little lady. They get ready at the same time.
I'm gonna have to fucking shout German, aren't I?
With a few meters between them, they act like mirror images. That's the signal. I attack the defenseless caster. And of course, I'm stopped by Kuzuki. The ghost-like assassin's in front of me. I can't spare any attention for Caster and Tosuka's fight. He knows what I intend to do. He won't let me buy time. Letting out the snake that even cornered Saber, Kuzuki Soichiro comes to take my life. I can hold him off for a minute at most. It should be the same for Tosuka. But originally, with our opponents reversed, we had no chance of victory. Close-range fighting or magic, we have no way to beat our opponents who surpass us in skill. But looking at it the other way, we can at least put up a fight. Tosuka would be killed in an instant if she fought Kuzuki. I would be killed in an instant if I fought Caster. In contrast, we may not be able to win, but we won't be killed in an instant with this matchup. So in other words, this battle's not about how to beat one's opponent. Instead, this is a contest to see how long we can hold off an opponent of superior skill.
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Front fight! Yeah!
The two weapons clash. Oh, also, I should say, she was talking to you, Winglas. All that is about you.
Ooh, burn! Are you a fucking hag? Do you wear a purple cloak?
You purple cloaked hag.
So he's wearing his purple Twitch hoodie.
Twin swords and lance. The attacks are executed to take their wielders' necks. There's no hesitation in those attacks. Each strike is meant to kill. Even Lancer makes no exceptions. Even though he told Tosuka Rin, his ally, that he would go easy, that becomes secondary once the battle starts. It merely means that if his lance happens to miss Archer's heart, if it doesn't kill him instantly, he'll refrain from finishing off Archer on the spot. Even in that case, his enemy will die, but Lancer just needs to drag him to Tosuka Rin before that happens. Lancer doesn't care what happens after that. The red demonic lance invades the enemy territory.
You okay?
No.
6 is the gay bulge.
The lance breaks through Archer's defense each time it's thrust. It's not like that night. Archer can't block Lancer's attacks now as he could then. It's only natural. This is their second battle. Lancer is under the command spell's bind. To learn his enemy's strengths, his master told Lancer.
Sorry. I was petting Minerva and she started to fight me.
I guess I know who this is, but I don't know that we, as a story, know who this is at this point.
You just want me to do it?
I can just narrate voice.
Okay.
Fight against everyone, but do not defeat them. Survive your first battle against any opponent. That's the only order he was given. He has followed such an unreasonable command, and this is his first battle without any binds. Therefore, it can't be like the last battle. There's nothing binding Lancer, and Archer is now forced to fight the fastest heroic spirit. Gah! A strained voice escapes Archer's mouth. Even his hawk-like eyes can't follow Lancer's spear. The lance's movement's a point to start with. And it's a flash of light now. He cannot discern the lance coming at him. Even Lancer's movements are becoming invisible now. He's been able to block such attacks until now because he had experienced them in a previous battle. He's doing what he can, using his inferiority as a weapon to block Lancer's furious onslaught. He's controlling where the attacks come. The Knight in Red limits the oncoming attacks by leaving fatal openings. Of course, he'll die if he doesn't dodge the attacks. But if he can choose between instant death and getting slowly cut up, he prefers to risk instant death. Otherwise, it all will have been for nothing. Fortunately, Lancer's still taking Archer lightly. Or rather, he's lost in the joy of battle. If they're to keep on assaulting each other like this, he can think of another 30 ways to show an opening. Prediction using the information obtained, planning using cultivated battle experience. Those are the nerves of steel, the mind's eye that one obtains through training. This is nothing extraordinary. This is the only skill he possesses. It's not innate like Saber's instinct, but it's a simple weapon that anyone can gain through hard work. Lancer backs off and stops for a bit. He looks the Red Archer over as though dissatisfied. It's obvious who's going to win. Archer has no chance of victory in hand-to-hand combat. That's been obvious from the start. If Archer is an archer, like his name states, this can't be a match unless he's shooting from a long range. But still, he blocked the attacks. He's inferior and shouldn't last a few more blows, but he blocked Lancer's full force attacks. Is Archer strong, or is Lancer going easy on him? He laughs. Archer's a mysterious servant. He can admit that Archer's strong in that regard. But it's unthinkable for Lancer to be going easy. The first attack was aimed at the neck to chop his head off. The second attack was aimed at the heart to destroy his body. He can't be going easy. He shouldn't be, but it's certainly true that he wasn't trying to kill Archer. How does one know that this sort of fight is serious? A battle between servants is a battle between noble phantasms. The fact that he's fighting Archer without using his is proof that he's going easy on him. The reason behind it must be the thanks he heard earlier. Damn, are you kidding me? The weapons clash harder than before. The two spring apart in a shower of sparks. The full force attack by Lancer is nullified by the full force attack by Archer. They're about 5 meters apart. It's a distance Lancer can close in an instant. I don't get it. The Spearman in Blue murmurs. You switched to Caster's side even though you're this strong? You and Rin would have had no trouble with Caster. Lancer stops admitting murderous intent, but there's no opening in his stance. At that, Archer smiles a bit. I'm surprised. You're still saying such things? Lancer, I chose the path that has the highest possibility of victory. I don't care what Rin thinks, but I'm sure there's no better plan than this. He speaks confidently, with no sign of guilt.
Oh, sorry.
The knight in...
I don't know if you guys heard Minerva.
Did not.
She was like coughing into the microphone.
The knight in red shows no regret about betraying his master. I see. I guess it was stupid of me to ask. Archer agrees. Lancer snorts and slowly raises the tip of his lance. You're certainly good at fighting. Your tactics get you through many battles. But that is not the right way. Your swords are lacking in pride. His fighting spirit roars up. Even faced with this, the archer in red still smiles. Unfortunately, I don't have any pride. But what about it? Will the name of the hero be disgraced? Ha! Don't make me laugh, Lancer. You can wash away disgrace with results. You can feed your meaningless pride to the dogs. In an instant, the slightly relaxed atmosphere changes. The air freezes. The magical energy disturbs the order of the world. The demonic lance that inverts cause and effect is raised. His murderous intent is incomparable to his previous ones. Though the tension must make it difficult even to breathe. You said dog, Archer? The blue-armored spearman growls in a voice that could drive the crows from a battlefield. Yes, Kahulin. If you have pride as a hero, you should get rid of it right now. Well said. Then you can die first. Lancer jumps back a great distance. It's no longer a matter of thrusting his lance. There are over 100 meters between them now. Lancer leapt back to the entrance of the clearing and crouches on all fours like a beast. Archer's senses freeze. Is it fear or awe? Either way, Archer understands right away the meaning of Lancer's retreat. He knows that his enemy's next attack is literally a fatal attack. You know about Gabe Bullock's ability, right? Lancer, with his limbs on the ground, raises his waist. It's just like a sprinter waiting for the signal gun. Archer has no reply to spare. The knight in red throws away his swords and immerses himself in his own mind. But will he make it? Lancer's posture. If his demonic lance is just like the legend, a noble phantasm to block it cannot be anything superficial. Here I come! Take this attack as your farewell gift! The Blue Panther runs. Even his after image is a blur. Lancer speeds to Archer like a whirlwind. There are 100 meters between them. Lancer's not going to thrust his lance using that whole distance to gain speed. The blue figure crouches. After running 50 meters in an instant, the spearman suddenly leaps up from the ground. His body flies through the air. He holds the demonic lance, said to always pierce the heart once it is thrust over his head. Space distorts. According to legend, that lance scatters numerous spearheads once it's released. In other words, gay! The lance of causality joins with the words to form a tapestry of action. The spearman in blue arches his back as if drawing a bow. Bulg! And he smashes down the attack with a roar. This noble phantasm is a throwing attack by nature. A lance that never misses the heart. A cursed noble phantasm that cannot be avoided and will attack the enemy even if it misses. That is Gaebolg, Lance of Destruction, possessed by the hero that never lost in his lifetime. As it is hurled using all of Lancer's magical energy, it can be neither dodged nor blocked. Therefore, it's fatal. There's no way for anyone to survive once they're targeted by the demonic lance. The bullet approaches. In a split second, the knight in red closes his eyes as if accepting his death. I am the bone of my sword. The Thorn of Light blazes forth. And right before the Thorn of Destruction coming from the heavens strikes Archer. Ro-iced! Its true name shakes the very air as it's spoken. The lance crashes into the shield. The lance of death that penetrates every wall and outmaneuvers any evasion. That lance has been stopped. Radiating a storm of heat, the lance of sure kill is stopped by Archer's noble phantasm. The 7 flower petals appear from empty space and shield Archer from the demonic bullet. Who would know? This shield is Aias, the only shield said to have repelled the javelin of the great hero in the Trojan War. There are 7 barriers shaped like flower petals, and each layer is as strong as a castle wall. It is a boundary field noble phantasm that's said to be invincible against projectile weapons. A thrown lance will be defeated by this shield without penetrating even one of the petals. At the very least, Archer doesn't know of a lance that can penetrate this shield. But the lance of sure kill drills through the shields like it's nothing. The 6th petal is destroyed. Only one remains. The demonic lance reaches the 7th layer that has never been broken. The unstoppable thorn of the demonic lance. In the face of that power, with a roaring spirit, Archer puts all his magical energy into the noble phantasm. After landing, Lancer glares at the servant in front of him. Archer has wounds all over his body. His raised arm is barely attached. His face is strained in pain, not only from the wounds on the arm, but also from the agony in his head. I'm surprised. I didn't think there was a weapon that could penetrate the Aias. Your lance is stronger than the original Gungnir. The knight in red praises the spearman in blue from the bottom of his heart. But Lancer does not hear him. His strongest attack, the attack that made him a hero, has been blocked. He's so angry that his glare should be able to kill someone. But the anger is almost erased by his wonder. This is too strange. It's true that Archer is a mysterious servant. His identity is unknown, he carries twin swords even though he's an archer, and now he shows a shield that can block even Lancer's strongest attacks? It's absurd. There's no such hero on this planet. Who are you? Just an archer. Your analysis wasn't incorrect. Bullshit! An archer wouldn't have a shield to block a noble phantasm. I guess you can, under the right circumstances. But this is the result. I used up most of my magical energy. One of my arms is destroyed, and Aias is shattered. Man, that was the greatest protection I had. Lancer only glares at Archer. Then, more importantly, have you noticed, Lancer? It seems Caster's in trouble. She's no longer supervising us. Archer raises both his hands as if in surrender. I see. I knew it. That was your intention from the start, huh? Of course. I told you, right? I only take the route with the greatest chance of success. Ha! I really do hate you. Saying so, Lancer turns his back to Archer. His work is done. His role of keeping Archer busy is meaningless now. There's no more need for him to side with Tosaka Ren. The spearman in blue starts to walk away and lays down on the grass to wait and see.
I'm just gonna stretch.
Yeah, Gabe will draw ass. Very funny.
I'm really proud of you for getting through that scene.
That was a lot. I usually don't actually yell that much either.
Yeah. That was fun.
Had a good time. It's a cool scene. People forget about raw ass quite a bit.
Getting to see them fight again. Fun.
Mm-hmm. I desperately parry the oncoming fists. Kuzuki's fists are live snakes. Even if I barely dodge them, they change their paths to come bite me. That's why Saber was seriously wounded. Saber was bitten by Kuzuki's snakes because she had the reflexes to dodge them. But I don't have such reflexes. I can't dodge them, and first of all, I can't even see his fists. I can't dodge him, I can't even see his fists. Gah! My shoulder. Kuzuki's fist grazed my left collarbone. Ugh. It's just like a bush hammer. It feels as if my shoulders are being crushed, and I almost dropped my swords. I bear it and parry the fist going for my temple using the sword in my right hand. Ah! Ah! I desperately retreat. I pitifully retreat while Kuzuki closes in, not revealing any hints of how he advanced. I shudder at his stance. I won't be able to withstand the next attack. It's miraculous I was able to parry the attacks until now. It doesn't feel real. I hoped that I'd be able to protect myself and buy time for Tosaka until she defeated Caster, but such hope disappeared after I took the first blow. Kuzuki Soichiro took our previous battle into account. I was able to fend off Kuzuki as he attacked Tosaka back then. So I thought I'd be able to fend him off again if I had Archer's twin swords. But in other words, it means that I won't be able to do anything without them. Kuzuki knows that. What he did first in this battle was try to take the swords away from me. Gah! The sword in my right hand is destroyed. The fist, strength with Caster's magic, shatters my sword with a few blows. Trace on! I immediately reproduce the short sword. I can't hope for high results with a force projection, a quickly prepared sword. As a result, the twin swords start to lose their precision. I can't breathe right. I frantically block Kuzuki's fist with the short swords. I just follow the twin swords, and copying Archer, Emiyashiro's limbs have far exceeded the limits of his body. And then there's this headache. Something scraped away inside of me every time I project something. It's not the sensation of using up magical energy. It feels like my precious magic circuits are disappearing one by one every time I make a sword. I'm almost all out. I might be able to make 2 more. I'll die when my magical energy runs out. But first of all, can I stay alive until my magical energy runs out? Ah! Ah! I'm flung away. Kuzuki's right fist, the fist he hadn't been using, was suddenly thrust like a lance. I shielded my chest with my blades. In that instant, my swords were destroyed and the impact flung me away. I feel something hard on my back. I must have been pushed back about 5 meters. Ah! Ugh! I try to draw a breath and realize that I can't. The penetrating impact has numbed my heart. I can't breathe and I can't move. It's only for a few seconds. In the few moments it takes my heart to resume its work.
Sorry, that was a really goofy transition. I loved it. He's so fast.
I don't know. Ah! The devil approaches.
Oh, I guess that could have been me. I'm sorry.
That's fine. This is it.
You can count my giggle as my.
Yeah, much creepier when he giggles the whole time. This man could kill me if I drop my guard for only a second. With me like this, he has time to do it 6 times over. I glare at the enemy. Oh.
Something happened?
Stream to me cut out for a second.
Oh.
Should be good now.
Okay.
Even if my limbs won't move, there's something I can do. First of all, I'm not suited for melee combat. Emi Ashira's weapon has always been his magic. Then, it's not over yet. My role is to keep Kuzuki busy. I can't give up without fulfilling my role. Huh? The sound didn't come from right in front of me. The image of the sword disappears from my mind. Kuzuki, who was approaching to twist off my neck, stops. Something's happening behind Kuzuki. It happened to Castor with the altar behind her. Another interlude. Tosca's also at a disadvantage. No, her burden is greater. She fully understands the difference in their powers. Yeah. Castor points her finger with a composed expression. The magic is Arrow, Plague Wind. A dot. Castor doesn't need to cast her magic. For a witch that lived in the Age of Gods, incantations are unnecessary to connect yourself with the world. Castor's always surrounded by divine mysteries of ancient lore. For Castor, magic is something she commands. It's just like ordering her guard dog to attack.
Okay, that is me.
She nullifies it with her treasured jewel. She does not have the time to cast a spell, and she can't match Castor with simple magic from the Magic Crest. Their skills as magi are as far apart as heaven and earth. To bridge that gap, she must use the power that she spent a long time gathering. Crystallization of magical energy that she stored since she was born as a magus. For this battle, she's prepared to use all 9 jewels remaining from the original 10. Huh. You're doing well. I didn't think you had such a trump card, little lady. Even though her magic is nullified by pure magical energy, Caster keeps her smile. Caster can continue using magic indefinitely, while the girl must oppose Caster using jewels as amplifiers. The difference between them is self-evident. No matter how many jewels she might have, it can't be more than 10 or 20. There's no way Caster could be defeated with such a small arsenal. That's you again.
Yeah. Sieben!
She nullifies the electric charge with the 7th jewel. Come here every once in a while, say something in German. She has 6 jewels left. With 6 more spells from Caster, her last resort will be exhausted. Oh, you cleanly block them. You really are cute. You don't have to use up the whole jewel if you're only protecting yourself. She does not react to the giggling voice and takes out another jewel to get ready for the next attack. As Caster says, the jewel will not break if she uses it to protect only herself. The jewel should be able to protect her about 3 times. But she can't do that. Caster's magic covers the whole temple once it's cast. Kuzuki should be protected by Caster, but he's an exception. If she can't nullify Caster's spell before it's complete, Amiyashiro, who's keeping Kuzuki Soichiro busy, will burn and die. Therefore, it's meaningless to protect just herself. She can't allow him to die like that, and besides, the whole plan revolves around Shiro keeping Kuzuki busy. Oh, well, you keep protecting him. That's good faith, but how long will it last? The result is clear if all you do is defend. Caster moves her finger.
Dude.
Yeah.
Sex! Einhalt!
You said sex.
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought when I read that.
She makes the first move this time. Her jewels will run out and she'll be killed if she keeps defending.
Oh, can we be jealous of children?
No. Caster's magic and her jewels. The magical energy contained in them is the same, so it means she can beat Caster if she makes the first move. Hi-ja! But there's no way to exceed Caster's spellcasting. If Tosuka Rin is the fastest because she can perform magic directly by releasing the jewels, Caster's also the fastest as she is capable of creating divine mysteries with one word.
Oh, fucking alright, dude.
There is no first move in their battle. This is merely a clash of power against power. The first one to run out of magical energy will die. Then...
Dry! Veer! Fuck! Der Reistig und Brennen, the East and Eind!
She just needs to force her way through.
I feel that.
She unleashes a barrage of jewels to penetrate Caster's magical energy. Jewels 5, 3, and 4 are released in succession. Moreover, she uses the treasured 4th jewel to add a synergistic effect. This magic is beyond her limits. You can't use magic surpassing your own level. The one who said so is breaking the rule to execute this attack. The attack will destroy not only the temple, but the whole church if Caster doesn't defend against it. But the witch in purple blocks it like nothing. No, she'd not just nullify it. Caster has swallowed all of her magical energy inside of her robe.
We made fun of that.
Tosuka stands there in astonishment. Behind her, she can hear the sound of his defeat. sounds of breaking swords and his body slamming against the wall. The match is about to be settled. She has nothing she can do and her body sways. She staggers forward as if overwhelmed by despair. Oh, this is it. You still have more jewels, right? Why don't you keep going and try until you run out? She has no spirit to answer her. No matter how many jewels she may have, that was her greatest attack. If even that attack is useless, then she can't hurt Castor, even if she has 100 jewels. I see. It seems you finally realized you won't be a match no matter what you do. But it was fun. It's been a while since I last competed in magic. Yes, you have value just because of that. She stops herself from falling, holds in her nausea with her hand, and glares at Castor. Is it vexing? But this is reality. Actually, you should be proud. Even though I did play with you, you forced me to compete in magic. Then Castor points at her, as if to pronounce her death sentence. Disappear. It's a matter of time before that boy loses against my master. Let us finish before that. Castor slowly whispers her death. That opening. She's been waiting for this.
Dark, gruff side.
She only needs to say one phrase to release it. She hangs her head and smiles as she murmurs. Huh? I doubt my own eyes for a second. Tosca and Castor. Their battle of magic has ended with Tosca's defeat. Tosca slowly staggered forward as if asking for Castor's forgiveness, and Castor released her magic to finish her off. At that instant, Tosca nullified the magic. That's fine. That's not surprising. The surprise came after that. Tosca charged in and attacked Castor.
Fucking punch her?
Tosca throws herself into Hellfire. Nullifying the magic and using it as a cover, she attacks Castor. Castor's surprise is that of a magus.
Oh no, we hit the button! Sorry, Tamago walked by. Everything is fine! Everything is fine! We were just up close to her a little bit. Alright, continue.
She could not have predicted that a magus defeated in magic would attack with bare hands. I didn't expect it either, so it must be like heresy for Castor, who's an excellent magus.
Yo, everyone's a bad bitch until you start throwing fucking punches.
And it's not just some desperate move. Tosca closes in and hits Castor in the chest with a move from Chinese martial arts. A shattering sound.
Fucking broke her goddamn ribs.
Tosca's fist must be strengthened like Kuzuki's, as her attack easily penetrates Castor's defense. You're a magus, and you're fighting barehanded?
Damn right, bitch! I'm sorry. Sorry, but self-defense is required knowledge for Magi nowadays!
Kicks the shit out of her. I'm fascinated by her combination. Tosca drops after the first attack. Putting her hands on the floor, she sinks below Castor's knees. To Castor, who lacks any experience in hand-to-hand combat, it must look like Tosca disappeared. She executes a strong sweep. She lashes at her foot with all her might as if to cut off Castor's legs. Gah! Her feet swept from beneath her. Caster lands on her back. But it doesn't end. After the sweep, Tosca gets up with her back turned to Caster, uses the turning momentum to attack with her elbow, and
Take this!
clocks her. Stopping her turning, Tosca punches with all her weight. Gah! Caster's body is knocked away. Taking the punch directly, Caster smashed into the wall like me. Ah! Ah! With her back to the wall, Caster moans dizzily.
Got you.
They're separated. Tosca kicks the ground to cover the few meters in between them. The match is settled. Caster can't move and her wound seems fatal. The battle only lasted a moment. The match is decided within 5 seconds after I was smashed into the wall by Kuzuki. Caster doesn't have the energy to fight back. Tosca runs to Caster with saber-like speed and executes her finishing blow. Strengthening him a few seconds using magic. Tosca intended to fight Caster like this from the start. Caster only saw mages in Tosca. She challenged Caster at magic so she could achieve her one-time surprise attack. And the plan worked. Caster's been deceived and is lost completely. Tosca's won the battle. Yes.
This Kuzuki?
I would assume.
That's
but
my best guess. Because, like,
yeah.
Caster's got her ass beat. No, that is it, Tosca.
If not for this man's monstrous ability. If Tosca ran to Caster like a hurricane, he ran like the devil's wind.
No way.
Tosca stops. Kuzuki Soichiro, the one who was in front of me until now, is standing in front of Caster.
I think she said oh?
Probably.
Oh.
Tosca moves. The instant Tosca feels death, jumps back and shields herself. Kuzuki's attack that blew me away strikes Tosca in the face. She guarded her face with both her arms and jumped back, but she's still sent flying. Tosca smashed into the wall opposite me, her arms dangling as if broken.
You lost your chance. Your lack of experience shows in your inability to kill her after 4 strikes.
He speaks plainly. He's like casual. That's not Tosca's fault.
She's like, you don't want to fucking murder? What the fuck?
The reason she lost her chance is because of me. If I had kept Kuzuki busy, Tosca would have beaten Caster. This is my fault. My weak fighting skills were unable to stand up to Kuzuki's ability, and our once-in-a-lifetime opportunity was lost. Caster regains consciousness. Protected by Kuzuki, Caster looks around the temple. This is it. The surprise attack won't work on Caster anymore. Tosca's tired and I can only project 2 more swords. If Caster uses her in this situation, we'll never make it out of here alive. Whew, I thank you, Master. I would have been defeated without you.
You do not need to flatter me. Just get Saber. We cannot take them lightly.
Yes, that is a good decision, Master. Caster points to the woman on the altar. The visible binding of the curse. And when Caster tries to release it, I don't know.
Saber? Archer?
I don't really hard to like. If I had to guess the plot, I would say Saber, but I'm really not confident.
Alright. We'll go with me. Yes, if only you had done it a few seconds sooner.
Above me.
Oh no, it's definitely
Oh.
Archer. Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
I hear a soft voice from the stairs leading up.
Oh!
It is Caster that notices the strange event first. Kuzuki doesn't notice. It's because Kuzuki cannot detect magical energy. Caster moves. Above her master. Above Kuzuki Soichiro's head are floating numerous swords. Oh, it was your husband.
It's my husband!
Soichiro! She must have figured out that her injuries will prevent her from blocking them with magic. Caster uses her body to protect her master. Trace, on. Oh. The murmuring voice from above says those words. Is this not Gil? The sounds end. The swords appearing in midair come down at one target and pierce one body. The numerous blades rip and tear the meat, then disappear like an illusion.
Oops.
What's left are traces of blood. It, having become his shield of her own free will, she now turns her bloody body to the man behind her. Kuzuki is silent. In front of him is the skewered servant. Maybe there's no need to hide it now. The robe is removed from her head, and the woman walks over to her master with a bare face. Her body is collapsing. With a dying body, the woman looks up at her master, who has not twitched a brow. Her slender fingers run across the expressionless face. Oh, are you okay, master? Her voice seems clear. There's no change in Kuzuki. He only answers with a simple yes, and does not even look at Caster. Good. It would trouble me if you died. She looks as if it's fine. No, the woman smiles, knowing what kind of man he is. But this is cruel. I finally found a wish. The fingers running along his cheek fall down. Beginning at her toes, Caster's body is disappearing.
You do not have to grieve. I will make your wish come true.
She smiles at the simple answer. She smiles as if seeing a short-lived dream. That is impossible, because my wish was being fulfilled until now. The witch collapses as if going to sleep. The purple robe falls. The robe without its wearer fades and disappears as if following her. Kuzuki does not even look at her. His attention's focused on the man above. The knight in red who should be above me. I get a headache. It's not just because I've abused projection. The muttered spell. The spell he said is smashing my brain with nausea. Trace on? That's what he said. He said the exact words of the spell that shouldn't be used by anyone else but me. Archer comes down the stairs and stands in the temple. Tosca's watching him with surprise.
Richard, I thought so, but it's true?
Archer doesn't answer. He is only watching his enemy, Kuzuki.
Treacherous friend, huh? You are going for this from the start, Archer.
Yes, but this is more like the Trojan horse. I had to defeat the Greek hero, so this is more appropriate as a comparison. Archer shows no guilt, even though he's betrayed Caster in front of us.
I see. I guess it was Caster's mistake for drawing in a guy like you.
Kuzuki doesn't change his tone, even in front of a betrayer. We have a word for that. He still has the will to fight. He is not a magus, and he has lost Caster, but he has the will to continue fighting. He readies himself. As Caster is gone, Kuzuki's strength must have dropped substantially. His snake is still there, but Caster's strength that made his fist into steel is gone. But still, Kuzuki faces Archer like before. I see. I'll not stop you if you want to continue. Archer readies his twin swords. Their duel has begun. What? Is that alright? Kuzuki said he has no interest in the Holy Grail. A master in name only, he merely went along with Caster. Then there's no reason for him to fight now that Caster's gone.
You?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on, why are you continuing, Kuzuki? You're only doing as Caster told you. Caster's gone now. There's no reason for you to fight anymore. I glare at them, gritting my teeth against the pain. Kuzuki narrows his eyes a bit.
Right. I do not have a reason to fight. Like you, I had no interest in the Holy Grail. Then... Oh. I thought he was continuing, but I understand.
Fine.
But this is something I have started. I cannot stop midway.
That's it. That's all the reason he has. The battle starts. The battle should end in one blow. Even if Kuzuki has superhuman fighting abilities, he's fighting a servant. He can't be a match just by being superhuman. Even though this is called a battle, it's actually just disposal of the loser. The fate of the loser.
I know they mean like winner or loser, but like, I mean, I think they feel like they're like, what a loser!
Disposal of this fucking nerd. It is the battle between masters to kill and be killed, and that is the end they have to be ready for. One shouldn't fight at all if he can't accept that. But still.
Oh no, he's making a decision?
Oh. I feel like we gotta stop him.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the BRB screen real quick. I think I figured out what's happening with my tracking. I think what's happening is that it thinks my webcam is at a different place, because when I slouch, it's fine. But when I sit up, it is not fine.
Oh, you still like reset the...
Yeah, I should recalibrate.
Sweet Clip says bottom one. That doesn't feel very Shiro, but maybe.
Alright, we'll go back to the fate screen so we can see the options.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Why does oh, there it is, okay. So it's like, why does anyone hate me? You're a bottom one. I see that someone asked a question through Streamlabs and I missed it.
Oh no, I can't see those.
Yeah, Gabe said, what question am I supposed to ask? You're like, you suck. I don't know, man. Whatever you want. Okay. In the end, they have to be ready. One shouldn't fight at all if he can't accept that, but still, what's wrong with stopping them if I can? What's good is stopping them.
I mean, personally, I'm like, what is wrong with stopping them if you can, right?
Yeah. I'm more in the camp of like, fuck it, let them fight. But I think that the right Shiro answer is the top one. So like, personally, I'd be like, yeah, fuck him up, man, do your thing. Because like, Archer's gonna fucking clap his ass, right?
Well, Archer's gonna cut him in half.
Yeah.
But
And like, this guy is clearly a serial killer.
Well, he didn't kill, he was an assassin, not a serial killer.
He's still, but like, he's
like our school teacher.
He's not like an ethical assassin. Or do those even exist?
No, but he's just doing hired jobs, right?
Oh, he's just doing his job?
I'm just saying it's not. I mean, everyone here kills people.
True. That is true.
Ethical Assassin's my new gamer tag. I think Shiro would try to stop them. I feel like that's a Shiro move.
Yeah, Shiro's definitely a top answer. But
Shiro's a bottom, but it's a top answer for sure.
Oh, man. Alright. Oh, yeah.
Shiro hasn't killed anyone yet, but...
That's because Shiro is the purest boy.
Well, you could argue that Shiro has killed people by setting Saber against them, but... Nah, you know.
But he never checked on those orphans!
The last round, Shiro fucked up Shinji.
That's true.
Broke his arm and, like, cracked his neck. Okay. If I can save him... Is it wrong to want to prevent his death if I can? I don't care if I'm called soft-hearted. I know it's just hypocrisy. To defeat another master means killing them. We fought, prepared to kill each other. I know how unfair it is to stop them now. But still, I decided to fight so that I could save people. I can't ignore a life that can be saved. Stop. The match is settled. You guys don't... I suppress my headache and try to stop them. At that instant,
We're gonna get cut in half.
Kuzuki moves. What? Kuzuki must have taken my voice as a signal, and he rushes Archer in a flash and lashes out at his temple. Any ordinary man would have his skull crushed, but Archer does not dodge it. His head moves from the impact. The knight in red takes Kuzuki's blow. It pierces Kuzuki Soichiro's chest at the same time. There's only silence. Nobody says anything, and I have nothing to say in any case. Kuzuki Soichiro died. He was silent until the very end, and he died on the path he chose without showing regret or hope. I have a headache. Is my magic circuit compressing my nerves? Or can I not forgive Archer for killing Kuzuki? Or am I pissed at myself for not having the right to say anything to him? I can't tell, my headache only gets worse. I turn around at the sound. With Caster's disappearance, the bonds must have broken. Saber is on the floor in front of the altar. Saber painfully breathes on the floor. That makes me forget about my headache. Saber! I run to her. Even this short distance is an annoyance.
Shiro.
She raises her head. Saber sighs in relief as she sees me run to her and...
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh? She tackles me with her shoulder and pushes me away. She pushes me forcefully to the side. My body flies for a few meters and lands on the ground. Gah! I land on my back. I shake my confused head and look up. At that instant, I hear steel hitting steel. What? Saber is there, fully armored. And numerous swords lie on the floor, right where I was standing before Saber tackled me. Damn, I missed.
This fucking guy.
He says in a bored voice, facing Saber. Saber, who can barely keep her body standing, glares at Archer.
You.
I don't even need to ask why she's glaring at him. He shot those swords from behind to kill me. Saber saw that and instantly pushed me away. Tosca watches him in astonishment, and Saber readies her sword while breathing heavily. Their situations are different, but they both have wonder in their eyes. Why is Archer trying to kill Emiya Shiro when Caster's dead already? The only calm ones are Archer and I. It's not that surprising. We hated each other from the start. We opposed each other, unable to get along. I don't know why, but I just can't approve of him. The reason behind it... If that is really the reason for us not being able to approve of each other, it's natural for him to want to kill me. I get up. Saber must have been desperate. She tackled me without holding back, so I can't breathe properly. That just makes me more determined. This is all she could manage when she tackled me with all her might. She doesn't have enough power left in her to even fight me. It's suicidal for her to confront Archer in such a state.
Archer, what are you doing?
Tosca draws near Archer. It's natural. Archer switched to Caster's side to attack her by surprise. Now that it succeeded, there's no reason for him to attack me.
The acting's over, right? We beat Caster, so I won't let you do anything selfish now.
Let me? I don't get it. Why do I have to ask for your permission? You're not my master or anything.
Archer!
Our contract has ended. I'm free now. You think I'll subject myself to human control? After staring up at the night in astonishment, Tosca gasped in sudden realization.
No way, Archer.
I will act to achieve my objective. But it's troublesome to have you around. Tosca jumps back. She gets away from Archer, tries to run towards me, who's still on my knees, and... her movement stopped cold. A swarm of swords about 2 meters high. They pierce the ground, drawing a circle and become a circular prison. It's a circle big enough for one person to fit in. And Tosca's trapped inside. I will not let you interfere after I've come this far. Our contract has ended, so the binding of the command spell does not exist anymore. That is the only reason I sided with Caster. I needed to break the contract to nullify that command spell. Turning his back to the imprisoned Tosca, Archer starts to walk. Not towards Saber, but towards me, still on my knees.
I thought so, but why, Archer? Do you still want to kill Shiro?
Yes, I will kill Emiya Shiro with my own hands. This is the only wish I have after being reduced to a guardian.
What?
Power returns to Saber's body. She musters her strength and moves between Archer and me.
Archer, do not tell me you are...
Yes, you asked me once, right? Whether I had pride as a hero or not. Of course not. I cannot have such a thing. Only regret fills my mind. Saber, I shouldn't have become a hero. The aggression fades from Saber. What did she figure out? Her enmity towards Archer is gone. That's it. Step back, King of Knights. You'll disappear right away if you act recklessly when you don't have a master. Emiya Shiro does not have his rights as a master. Your wish cannot be granted, even if you support him.
I cannot do that. Even if he is not a master, our contract will not go away. I have sworn to protect him and to be his sword. He knew nothing about the Holy Grail War, but he responded to my oath. I cannot betray his trust.
She readies her invisible sword. But I don't see the usual valor or strength in her stance. I see. Then you can die here along with the fake master. Twin swords appear in Archer's hands. Saber can't even take those swords right now. You idiot! Run, Saber! I get up and reach for Saber. Did she do it to get away from my reach? Saber pulls herself together, kicks the ground, and charges at Archer. The battle ends after a few blows. Saber, the one who overwhelmed Archer before, falls to her knees, unable to stand for even a few seconds. The sword isn't even in Saber's hands now. After resisting Caster's command spell for so long, she has no magical energy left. Unable even to breathe, she puts her hands on the floor, desperately trying to hold her disappearing body together. Archer raises his swords. The twin swords are swung down onto Saber. And... ah! I jump in from the side, stop them using all my might. I ready my twin swords. I hold the instantly projected weapons and glare at the knight in red. I thought you'd stay quiet for a bit longer, but I guess you can't bear to have a woman killed in front of you. Sorry, Sweet Clips. Shut up! I'm the one you want to kill. Fight the right opponent. I confront him. We both have twin swords in our hands. Our physiques are different, but our stances are the same in every regard. It's real if imitation goes that far, but can your body withstand that magic? A sneering voice. My limit is near, as he says. My headache doesn't stop, and my magic circuit has its limiter full from all the projection magic. My brain will explode before I get slashed if I fight him while retaining the image of the twin swords. Ugh. I warned you before. I told you, you cannot use projection. A magic beyond your powers will destroy your body. You're now paying the price of the magic that has kept you alive, Emiya Shiro. Archer charges in. Shut up, damn it!
Oops.
To that, I frantically move my sword instead of slashing my headache away. I swing my arms. My techniques are all a copy of my enemy's. My weapon is copied and my technique is copied. Therefore, I can't match him. I couldn't match him even if I were in top condition. An imitation can get close to the original, but never surpass it. I couldn't match this man from the start. The man told me to drown in my ideals and die. The man said that my life is a false life. I couldn't object to those words because he was my ideal. A power to make the impossible possible. An existence that saved many people and became a heroic spirit. It was I who wanted to become such a person. That's why I can't match him. The man in front of me is the end of that road. He is my ideal, becoming strong to save people, so... Ah! Gah! My swords shatter. I was able to block his attacks, but my twin swords disappear. I can't stay conscious. My body isn't hurt, but my insides are bleeding and about to give out. Do you understand now? That is the limit of Emiya Shiro. Is an appropriate end for a guy who kept pushing himself, right? He raises his sword. As I try to figure out with my dazed mind if the sword will come down from the right or the left. Ah, fuck, I know. Oh, I think this is Rin.
Yeah, I think I also believe so. Okay. I announce, thy body shall be under my command. My fate shall be determined by thy sword. Follow the call of the Holy Grail. If thou wouldst obey this mind and this reason.
Tosca's gallant voice echoes through the temple. That must have caught his attention. The sword slows down a bit, if that's the case. I can dodge it even with a body like this. I roll on the floor and get away. Damn! Archer clenches his teeth but looks at Saber instead of pursuing me.
Oh baby, then I shall entrust my fate to your sword!
Tosca reaches out towards Saber from within the prison of the swords. Saber runs to her using her last power and...
Oh, I forgot that was me. I read the line, dude. I was so hyped. I was like, sick. I will accept your oath under the name of Saber. I shall accept you as my master Rin.
A contract that should have originally been made. Saber finally obtains a master that's appropriate for her. Violent wind rages. She must have gotten back her true powers by obtaining a true master. Saber's unlike anything she was before. What? I'm not the only one that gasped. Even Archer's fascinated. Rising swirls of magical energy and armor that can never be damaged. There seems to be no end to this overwhelming power. This is Saber. The heroic spirit of the sword said to be the strongest servant. Damn, I was going to let her make a contract with Rin, but the order's getting mixed up. Archer murmurs while looking at Saber. He must not have enough to spare to pay attention to me now. So, what will you do now, Saber? Since you've made a contract with Rin, you truly have no connection with Yashiro now.
I believe I told you, Archer. My oath with Shiro will never go away.
Saber is firm. Archer clucks his tongue and grips his twin swords again.
Rather, what are you going to be doing now, Archer? I will stop you with all my might if you try to kill Shiro. Now will be the time to rethink. You do not think you have a chance to win against me now, right?
Saber's warning is true. Saber would not lose even a berserker now. No matter who he may be, Archer cannot match Saber. He should know that more than anyone, but... Ha! How can you be so confident when all you got back is some magical energy? Archer charges. Their weapons clash. Archer charges in at Saber like a red bullet and attacks her with all his might.
Ha!
Saber receives the blow like nothing. Neither the size difference nor Archer's momentum matter. Saber repels Archer's swords without flinching. Archer, the one who attacked, is the one who retreats. The attack made with all his strength, a blow that should not need to be repeated, is...
Wait, did you me? Okay.
Not only is it blocked, but his body loses balance as well. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, with sounds it's like that. It could be anybody.
Archer steps back. There. Saber's swords attack him like surging waves of raging fire. Archer can only defend against their attacks. Saber's sword will kill him if he tries to counter. No, first of all, he doesn't have anything to spare for a counterattack. The only resistance Archer is allowed is to block Saber's attacks until he runs out of energy. And that should not take long. The magical energy in Saber's sword scrapes away Concho and Bakuya with each attack. The twin swords cannot take anymore, and Archer's arm should be powerless by now. The match is settled rather quickly. Archer falls to one knee, unable to stand against Saber's assault. Saber swings down her sword as if to finish him off. Archer blocks it by crossing his twin swords in front of him. The battle's at an end. Even though he blocks Saber's blow, Archer can't move. Saber's sword will split his head in two if he loosens his power on the twin swords. Archer puts power into his arms to stop Saber's blow. Sweat forms on his forehead and he's breathing hard. In contrast, Saber's breathing is normal. It's impossible for Archer to beat Saber in hand-to-hand combat.
This is it, Archer. It might have been different if you were in perfect condition, but you cannot fight on your depleted strength.
You were worried about me earlier, but that goes the same for you. Ah, it's Saber again.
Oops. You were worried about me earlier, but that goes the same for you. You should have no magical energy left since you used that many noble phantasms to defeat Castor. Furthermore, you do not have a master to keep you in this world. What can you do when you have no supply of magical energy?
Ha! That is needless worry, Saber. Servant Archer has the ability to remain even after the master is gone. I should be able to stay in this world for 2 days even without a master. That's enough time for me to kill that kid.
Ridiculous. Are you still talking about such a thing? Are you saying your wish is not the Holy Grail, but to kill Shiro?
Archer doesn't answer. His cold eyes stare at the troubled Saber.
How could it be? Archer, your wish is a mistake. Why? Why do you wish for such an end? Even if you do so, you...
will not be saved. Saber bites her lips and stops herself from saying so. Ha! I'm mistaken, huh? The muscles on Archer's arms bulge. He looks at Saber once. That's my line, Saber. How long are you gonna hold on to that foolish wish of yours? He says so with eyes staring far away.
Archer.
Saber's sword loosens up. Huh! Using that opening, Archer gets up and kicks Saber with his freed leg. Even though she's knocked back, Saber lands gracefully. The situation hasn't changed at all. Saber's protecting me and facing Archer, who has Tosca trapped within a cage of swords behind him. The distance between them is 5 meters again. I knew it, but I can't match you in sword techniques, huh? The twin swords disappear, and he confronts Saber unarmed.
Howdy BVB howdy.
Ooh, one moment. Where's my other screen? Whee!
Oh, we caught the end of the notification.
Becky, thanks for the resub! Head pats, head pats, head pats.
We pat me.
Ha 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 ha!
I like that during the intensity of that, there's a lot of chang, 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 chang. We got our jingle bells. Thanks for the 50 months! Oh my god, I've been streaming for so long. Someone stop me.
Trying.
You ready?
Mhm.
Archer, does that mean you will give up now?
Of course not. You're misunderstanding me. I'm Archer. I'm not someone who fights using a sword to begin with. With those words, I am the bone of my sword. He begins the spell in a voice I can't hear.
Stop, Archer. I do not...
Saber, someone will eventually appear to release you. Does not seem like it is this time, and I'll probably have a connection with you again next time. Unknown to death, nor known to life. His spell echoes through the temple. There's no change. A long spell like that should affect the surroundings. Magic influences the world. But his spell does not affect the world, but instead... But that is still far off. Right now, my objective is to kill Emiyashiro. If you are going to try to stop me, I will not hold back against you, even in this world. He raises his left arm. Does that complete his spell? Unlimited Bladeworks. He clearly speaks out and changes the world. Fire runs. It runs across the floor and looks like a white line. Is the surrounding fire a boundary line? The color of fire fills my vision and paints the temple. After that, my surroundings are replaced by this strange world. Oh, it's so cool.
So fucking cool.
Oh.
I've been waiting for it for so long.
Yeah. Pain fills my brain. I can tell. I understand what this magic is, what this absurdity is. I shouldn't be able to understand, but I can tell what this is whether I want to or not. And that makes my brain boil. In short, this is a steel manufacturing factory. Burning fire and turning cogwheels. A field of swords without owners extends to the horizon of the desert. All the swords in the ground are famous. Kansho and Bakuya originally came from this world. An almost infinite projection of weapons. Innumerable weapons make this place seem like a waste yard. The knight in red reigns at the center of this kingdom of rubble. This is... Oh.
This is...
The confused voice is Saber's. Inside the illusionary fire that's not even hot, she watches the knight in blank amazement.
Reality Marble. A great forbidden magic that puts form to the user's mind and violates reality. So you're not a swordsman nor an archer, but...
Yes, I was a magus before I became a heroic spirit. Tuska sounds disinterested. Could it be? Did she already know Archer's true identity?
An archer, your noble phantasm is...
I have no such thing. I do not wield any holy swords nor demonic swords. The only thing I have is this world. If a noble phantasm is the symbol of heroic spirit, this reality marble is my noble phantasm. I can reproduce and store any weapon that I see the original of. This is my ability as a heroic spirit. Saber gasps. She looks with blank amazement at the extending graveyard of swords in the desert. The ashen sky and steel wasteland, devoid of all life.
This is your world, Archer?
Yes, I do not mind if you'd like to test it out. I shall reproduce that holy sword of yours.
My holy sword? Are you saying that, knowing its true identity, Archer?
Of course. A weapon of such rank cannot be perfectly reproduced, but I can get it close. What will happen in that case? Will the people around us survive when the two holy swords clash?
Archer, you...
Yes, do not use your holy sword, Saber. I'll have to oppose you if you do. In that case, the one that disappear would not be us, but the people around us. Knowing you, you'd protect that kid at the cost of your own life. Even I will die if I project the holy sword. In that case, only Emiyashiro would survive. That would be pointless. Archer raises his left arm. The swords behind him float up one by one. Do not oppose it. You should not die instantly if you're lucky. You can have your master heal you after it's all over. Archer points to Saber. The numerous swords point towards Saber. All of these weapons are sure to kill. You can dodge them, but in that case, give up on the kid behind you. And he gives the command. The numerous swords are shot. Saber doesn't move. She confronts them, intending to deflect all the weapons using her sword, even prepared for her own death. Trace, on! I can't think because of my headache. My magic circuit can only handle one more projection. My insides are burned up and almost melted. But such concerns vanished when I saw this world. Before I realize it, I've jumped up, run to Saber, and I'm glaring at the annoying swords.
Shiro, no, quickly.
I don't care. For now, the oncoming 18 swords, analysis of all of them cannot be completed with my eyes alone, so my senses run wild and go past the fastest speed, go faster and faster and faster. They approach. Something like a cocking hammer goes down in my head.
Don't.
I stick out my left arm. I have no doubts. I've copied him so many times. If there's nothing wrong with the theory,
You're ridiculous, damn it!
there's no way I can't reproduce the rain of swords in front of me. That might have been Shiro.
Oh,
Too late now.
it felt like a total sentence.
Broken pieces fly around. When I open my eyes, his reality marble has disappeared. The only things there are the broken pieces of swords and...
You're definitely bleeding, right?
A hellish nausea, as if my organs have come up to my throat. After glaring at me in disgust,
Hey, Archer, you!
he takes out Tosaka from the cage of swords and restrains her. Tosaka struggles to get away from Archer.
Huh?
What did he do? Archer places his hand on Tosaka's neck and renders her unconscious.
That was probably you.
It happens. And he leaves the temple. With Tosaka in his arms, Archer jumps up to the stairs leading up.
Where are you going, Archer?
To a place where there won't be any intrusions. I'm out of magical energy as well. I do not have enough power to defeat both of you.
Well, now I have no confidence. I'm gonna say it's me. Are you taking Rin as a hostage?
No, she's in exchange. As long as I have her, that kid has to come after me. But more importantly, Rin is your master now. Even if you want to protect that kid, you should not be able to put his life over your master's. I bear my nausea. I strain my fainting mind and listen to what he has to say. The outskirts. And I say so with a shaking throat, not even able to look up. What? I said the forest in the outskirts of the town. There's an empty castle there. We won't cause trouble for anyone there.
Shiro.
You want to complain to me, right? Fine, I'll listen. I also have complaints against you. My vision flickers. Even as I speak, I feel sick, as if in another dimension. The forest outside the city. I see, the Einsburg Castle is there. There certainly should be no interruptions there. Ha, that's good determination, Emiya Shiro. Shut up, but... I don't want to hear meaningless things. If I do hear them, I won't be able to hold this nausea and I might vomit out my organs. Do something to Tosaka before then, and I'll kill you with Saber for sure. I make this oath. I violently scratch my forehead, tearing off the skin in an attempt to silence my headache. I shall guarantee a day of her safety in deference to the specification of the place. But hurry, I don't have time, as I have no master. My body should not last 2 more days. I might kill my hostage out of anger if I can't kill you in that time.
You right, dude?
Leaving an annoying laugh, Archer disappears. I slump to the floor, unable to keep my eyes on him.
Shiro, it is too early for you to use the same protection as Archer.
An arm comes and supports me as I start to fall. I'm sorry, Saber. He got Tosaka. I suppress my headache and manage to get up.
Shiro, that is fine. Rin is safe. Archer should not do anything to Rin. You're in more of a danger right now. You should leave Rin to me and rest at your place.
No, I don't have such time. I try to finish, but I start to faint. Damn. I can't even complain, huh?
I will listen to you later. I will take you to your house for now. That is fine, right?
Hey, wait. I don't even get to object. Saber supports me and starts to walk to the stairs. The sky is still gray. We leave the now empty church. Oh, so you guys are done, huh?
I forgot he was laying on the grass!
Then I see a familiar spearman in front of me. Saber glares at him while supporting me. She's so tense she might slash him if he takes another step. No, no, you're mistaken, Saber. He helped us.
Huh? Did Lancer help you, Shiro?
Fucking sad. Yeah, don't fight him now if possible.
Listen, Mr. People die when they are killed. I'll fucking fight you.
Saber stares at Lancer in astonishment. It seems he's enjoying Saber's reaction.
I understand, but why, Lancer? Are you conspiring?
Huh? Oh, are you stupid? Of course I'm conspiring. I don't help someone else unless I'm plotting something secretly. I like the, that's fair. I knew he was that kind of guy, but he's thorough as he's making fun of Saber as well.
What is so funny, Shiro?
Was I laughing?
Yes, you were. I guess I was mistaken. It seems I do not need to support you if you are well enough to laugh.
It's bad, but I'm relieved. Saber's just like before. Our connection is lost, but she's here, just like before. Then what's there to regret? Sorry, I guess I let my guard down. Now's not the time, right?
No, we should rest for now, even if we are to rescue Ren. Lancer, I do not know what your intention is, but your job should be over. Leave now. I will not fight you here.
With this, Saber goes down into the clearing. Hey, everything went well? Or, I guess not. What happened, kid? Archer took Tosaka. We're going to go rescue her. Suppressing my dizziness, I meet his gaze and answer him. What? Hold on. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I don't have any energy left. I'm not able to explain such a long story. I should go home and...
Archer's objective is to kill Shiro. He has abducted my master, Rin, and requested a one-on-one fight with Shiro if we want her back. Her life will not be guaranteed unless we go to him within a day.
Well, it helps me out if you can do the explaining, but it does nothing to explain the situation to Lancer. Damn, he really did it this time. Then, he takes off his friendly face and grits his teeth.
Lancer?
So what? He betrayed that young lady not only once, but twice.
Yes, that would be the case. What about it?
This isn't the time for that. Damn, I've changed my mind. This was the only help I was going to offer, but let me help you a bit longer. I won't be able to have peace of mind like this. Having said this, Lancer starts walking. Saber watches Lancer silently. I understand how she feels. He's saying that he'll come with us.
I say, what kind of magic did you two use to get him on our side?
I forget sometimes that I guess Saber would have a British accent. Saber sounds more shocked than amazed.
Not doing that for sure!
I say. Unfortunately, I don't have the energy to reply, so my wounds are starting to hurt again. Now, first of all, I'm the one who wants to ask that question.